Hi, fans. Listen, one of my favorite bands, and I must say that I have a good friend, Norman Maslop, Mazzy, I am allowed to call him as a friend, and he has always been very high on the Kinks.
Okay, I
He
thought you were
loves
just
it.
going to say he was always been very high. That,
No,
wow.
no, you don't associate that. Norman, I'm sorry. Mazzy, I don't know where he got that, okay? You're definitely not that type. Cocktail hour, maybe,
Maybe,
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Good,
all.
good cup of
That's
coffee.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Kinks. Now, this is a band that I understand why Mazzy loves this band, in that it's described as a mercy beat band, a rhythm and blues band, a British dance hall band. I had to look that up as to what that is.
Dance all
And what it
days.
is it's really a band that could be on a variety show, come out with 4 or 5 songs, and include comedy with it. In other words, that you not only sing, but you can do comedy, throw in some jokes or do a comic
Yeah, that's always
song.
tough. I remember
Yeah.
I have some old DVD of Michael Jackson's and the Jackson 5 TV show. They had a TV show for a while, variety show. And boy, those don't hold up as far as the comedy. It was rough.
Yeah. But they later had a little bit in the British invasion of rock. They're not really considered, in the same sense of Who and the Beatles and Rolling Stones. But at any rate, and their music is not quite heavy enough rock to be considered that way. I Really Got You was their first hit. They started in 1963, which just puts them pretty early starting out, And their first few albums are the ones they have. This one I was surprised to find, Kinks Low Budget. I looked it up on Discogs. Only one person on Discogs has it. And I don't believe they're in the United States, probably in the United Kingdom.
Uh-huh.
And they want a fortune for it.
Oh,
Uh,
I don't think you bring out a fortune for it, but it's a good album. I like it. I like Low Budget. I believe there was another tune on here that I got into, but I'm not saying it right off the top. It was Pressure. Anyway, a great
Yeah,
thing.
this is always one of my favorite. Sleepwalker.
They were a band that went out on their own in a direction that they wanted to go, and they didn't care so much that the producers didn't want
Well, we should say who they
something.
were. They were Ray Davies, Dave Davies. They had a series of drummers. They had, I think, 12 albums. They were on 8 record labels. And as they progressed, I'd almost have to call them a different genre of music as they progressed, because they took on a new identity with that. This Sleepwalker isn't, to my way of thinking, is in the mode of like a Sergeant Pepper's or something. It's really,
Right. They would do some concept albums.
Yeah.
And I don't think the record producers necessarily liked the fact that they were doing concepts sometimes. Sure, if the concept worked. But they really just, can you give me another one of those Lolas? I like that. Can you do that again?
Yeah.
As all these guys, all these bands have found over the years, these are all more later Kinks records.
we got a series of those.
I word of mouth on this one. But and that one, I think that one had Dance All Day. State of Confusion, remember that? Don't Forget to Dance. I remember listening to all these, Come Dancing. And a lot of people appreciate them because you listen to maybe one of their band albums like Arthur, or they had a bunch that were just obtuse, went out in some direction.
I
But
think some of it was done to be humorous too.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Or opera.
This Preservation Act 1.
Yeah, that's a good one to show that part of them. where they would go out on a limb a little bit and do something. They had other singers on this, so they had a bunch of people.
Looks like it's
Especially
about
if you look
14 to 16 people.
Yeah. So um, uh, interesting, always interesting. You know, that even when they weren't doing the hit, you at least the
Well,
music
we'll
was
say they're
interesting.
not laying on their laurels. They're really
No.
trying to
Right. They're
expand.
pushing the
their,
envelope,
you know,
and they didn't care that the record producer didn't want that. Maybe didn't
Right.
care for that so much. But you know, hey, record producers, don't forget the Kinks have a few hits.
This is their original greatest hits record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that was early on, and they kept putting the hits out
Yeah.
all the way along, right?
Mhm.
And you know, that's what they wanted. I mean, the record producers wanted. But Set Me Free, Something Better Beginning, Something Better
Oh, it's
Beginning.
got You Really Got Me.
Yeah, that's the first one. You Really Got Me.
Yeah.
Till the End of the Day, Dedicated Follower of Fashion, A Well-Respected Man, All Day and All of the Night. All great stuff, and this one needs a little love.
Well,
It's
I'm
got
going
me,
to
but-
give you that for repair.
Oh God, I get
My
to do
brother
the
is
work.
very nice. He does my repair work. I
We'll see
I
how
try
long
not
that
to give
happens.
him more than a couple dozen a month. Now, this is a budget. This is called Kinks, the Complete Collection,
Yeah.
and it's
It's
on the
like-
budget
Oh
label.
yeah, complete.
I think it's on the collection label even. I
You
see
know,
a
I've
great
seen
C on
seen this for intermediate. What was the? I mean, that was the original label, intermediate. The band, another English band that.
it. Eric Burton and the Animals.
No. But
10
even the
years
Yardbirds,
after.
a lot of them. Yardbirds had a complete collection. So this is an aftermarket label, complete collection. But they did put out some good ones. I do remember Yardbirds one with Sonny Boy Williamson, and I just can't remember that other band right now. Steve Marriott, can you help me out? You can't help me out. Well, you people can help me out.
I'm
You know,
vacant upstairs right now.
Steve Marriott and oh God, that band, that Ogden Nutflake
Oh,
They-
Faces.
Faces.
Well, I did come up
No,
with
it's not Faces.
Not Faces.
It's Small Faces.
Small Faces.
Small Faces.
Well, they had
so
one
Small
more of it.
Faces. They also had a complete had put out a few of their records.
Well, we did come up
later
with it. I
on.
mean, come on, I get at least half credit.
Okay, I'll give you half credit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That never helped me in school either. But
Are
you know,
are we done?
it looks that way. I don't see anything more in your hand. So
No.
that's it for our brief Kinks.
But an important one to review. You know.
Oh yes, definitely.
You know, it's hard sometimes to come up with anywhere close to a complete discography of a band, and that's fairly close.
Yeah, I think of a few that I would have put in there, but yeah, maybe I have a bigger Kinks collection than
Then Dizzy,
Dizzy.
Champ, I'm impressed.
might be. All right, Champ out.
Well, you know, I hate to leave because I know how much you want me to stick around, but I'm going to say goodbye for right now. But come back anytime you want.